Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going back into the Harbor Freight website and checking out some of their new tools that they've released, or not really tools, just new items that they've released. So if you guys follow the channel, you guys know that Harbor Freight has a large new items list, and the further you go down, the older the items get. So just keep in mind that the further you go down, the not so new the items are, and I don't know when they actually take them off. They could be on here for a year. So just keep that in mind, but we're just going to go down the list until we get to where we ended the last new tools Harbor Freight video. So let's go ahead and get into this. First up, we got a couple new winches, and it's going to include a wire rope. This is going to be a 12,000 pound and a 9,500 pound winch. The 9,500 pound is $350. That doesn't seem like too bad of a price. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Badland winches from Harbor Freight if you guys have any experience with them. I don't think that's a bad price. This is the ZXR lineup. There's not much of a price difference between the 9,500 and the 12,000 pound winch. So I think if you are looking for one that size, I think the 12,000 pound one would definitely be the better option. Next, they have a couple new Bauer circular saws. They have a 7¼ inch circular saw. This is the tool only, no battery included or anything like that. This one delivers up to 300 cuts per charge. I'm sure that depends on your battery size that you're using. It has a 2.5 inch max cutting capacity, high performance brushless motor, positive stops at 0 and 45 degrees, a bright LED, soft start motor. The only thing I'm unsure of is if the saw actually includes this blade or not. It doesn't state anywhere. It does state that the battery is not included, but that's the only thing I see. It says accessories included is the dust port and the hex key. So that I am unsure of. But for $90, for me, I'm not switching to any of these just because I'm the type of person that I just stick to the two brands I use. I use the Milwaukee M12 and the DeWalt 20 volt lineup. So I don't want any more batteries or battery chargers or anything like that. If I'm going to get a tool, I stick to those two, and I look for the best option there for me, just because I don't like all the other chargers and batteries that I had to worry about. If you're one that already runs the Bauer lineup, or if you're one that doesn't really mind having a bunch of batteries and chargers and stuff for different tools, this could be a decent option for $90. But keep in mind, with prices going up nowadays, this is when you definitely want to do your shopping around for other brands, because Harbor Freight, truthfully or not, while they are releasing a lot of new good tools, their pricing is also going up, and we're seeing those prices get closer to the professional brands. So make sure to check out the more name brand stuff just to compare prices, because that's just the smart thing to do nowadays. And then they also have the 20 volt brushless cordless 5 3/8 inch metal cutting circular saw. And once again, this is just the tool only, no battery included. It makes clean burr-free cuts in solid or hollow metal stock up to 1.86 inches thick. So here's some of the things it's good for, sheet metal, channel strut, conduit, pipe, bunch of different types of material. Low profile design. It has an electric brake. And here's just some of the dimensions of it if you would like to pause and take a look. But once again, that is the same price as the other circular saw that we looked at. So you got 7¼ inch circular saw, and then you have a 5 3/8 metal cutting circular saw. Here they have a new Viking 12 volt digital battery and system tester for $40. That's okay. I mean, you're not getting any killer deal here or anything like that. There are a lot of other battery and system testers on the market, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, and they're all roughly around this price range. I mean, there are the ones that are definitely much more expensive, but there are also a lot at that $40 price range. So just make sure you're making the best decision for your needs. Like, I have the Solar BA9, which I think is, I don't know, $50 maybe, and that thing is fantastic. So it's just your basic battery tester, but it does also have the features in order to test some other things. Like, it'll show you the state of charge, state of health. You can also do alternator output, voltage regulator, and starting capacity. Here's some of the other ones that they have available. Load tester and some of that. So just another add-on to their lineup of battery testers. Onboarded data storage saves up to 10 tests to review at a later date. Digital backlit display. advanced polarity detection, long reach cables, blah, blah, blah. You know, just your standard digital battery tester. Just once again, make sure you're checking out some of the others because there are a lot on the market. Here they have a 20 volt brushless cordless half-inch variable speed right angle drill. This is the tool only for 160 from Hercules. Once again, I don't run any of the Hercules or Bauer. I've heard some decent things about a majority of both of the lineups, but if you guys know of any of maybe not so great tools from the Bauer or Hercules lineup, please drop it down in the comments just to help others out that may be interested in one of these lineups. So $160, once again, not a fantastic deal. It is a brushless motor, variable speed trigger, all metal gear construction build, does include a bright LED that illuminates the work area, a Jacobs half-inch keyed chuck. Here they have the Hercules 20 volt and 12 volt dual voltage charger. So it's fan-cooled lithium-ion battery charger for $70. Once again, a little bit cheaper than most of the other brands, the professional brands. Normally, when you look at like DeWalt and Milwaukee, their chargers are around $80 to $150, just depending on if you just get a dual battery type single charger or if you get a multi-battery charger, then those can get pretty expensive. But if you're just looking at kind of basically the same setup as this, but for another brand, you're looking at around the $80 to $130 price range, and then they go up from there. So yeah, this one is a little bit cheaper. So if you run the Hercules lineup, this is not a bad deal if you run both the 12 volt and 20 volt. So this charger can fully charge a 2 amp hour battery, a 12 volt 2 amp hour battery in as little as 30 minutes. So it's obviously going to go up in there from time the larger the battery that you are charging. And it does include a 3-year warranty. Here's another nut setter set from Bauer. They already have, I want to say, a few different sets. So this is 1 3/4 inches long. This is the SAE set for $13. I mean, I have the generic one from Harbor Freight, the magnetic ones. I don't know. It doesn't even say the brand on it. It's whatever the cheap ones are. They are magnetic, and I've only had one magnet fall out, and I just super glued it back in. Never had an issue. I've probably had these things, 4 or 5 years. They've been great. I use them quite a bit, and they do great. But they have, every brand has you got the exact same tool from 5 different brands at Harbor Freight. So it's your pick. But one thing I am noticing is the stamping. So the 1/4 inch is extremely tiny stamping. The 5/32 is extremely large. The 7/16 is extremely large. The 1/2 inch is extremely tiny. Okay, yeah, here's some of the other Bauer ones. They have some 6-inch ones. These are 2 9/16 inches. So just another set at a different length and more pieces. This is a 9-piece set versus some 5-piece sets down here. I think I have this Warrior one, which has done great. No issues whatsoever, especially for $4. EcoFlow, never heard of them. Definitely new as far as I know to the Harbor Freight options. This is a 7,200 watt peak output Delta Pro portable power station. And then they also have a 5,000 one. The 5,000 one at $2,000 and the 7,200 watt one at $3,600. That is, I don't know many people that are going into Harbor Freight to drop $4,000. I personally wouldn't, and definitely if you're looking at spending this much, I really hope you did your shopping around. I really do, because that's quite a price tag. I do know that these portable power stations do get very expensive, but still, to go to Harbor Freight, I don't think many people are expecting to go to Harbor Freight to drop this much money. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, it looks like a pretty solid unit. Here, I'll come down, and here's some of the other smaller ones that you can find there at Harbor Freight. But here's just some of the information. I'm not going to read any of it. If you guys would like to pause, you guys can do so. If you're interested, they got it. $3,600. It's yours. And $2,000 for the smaller one without wheels. Now they have a high precision metal detector for $140. And then, of course, yeah, Harbor Freight doing it again with the Icon. Getting in an exact replica of the Snap-ons, because Icon can't come up with anything for themselves. Is mind-blowing. Don't get me wrong, I think Icon makes some good quality tools. Some of the stuff is priced pretty nicely, some of it not so much. But it just blows my mind that they literally have to just copy everything. And when I'm talking about this set, this is an exact copy of the Snap-on pliers. I have this exact same set from Snap-on, and it is identical down to the rivet or joint button, or not button, but the joint, even the number of teeth in the open jaw, the 3 positions, the shear portion down here, and even the diamond teeth. I mean, down to every last detail, they are the exact same thing. Even their, copy of the grit style Snap-on handles. The only difference being that they have Icon on this and it's not made in the USA. So if you really like Snap-on but you don't want the quality or the pricing, Icon's a good way to go. I think $20 for these pliers that they've released recently that are imitations of the Snap-on are pretty dang good deals. I think that pricing is not too bad. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrible whatsoever. You get some good quality pliers, and obviously the design has already been tested. Granted, the material's not quite the same, but the design itself has been tested for many, many years on all these different pliers. So I think pricing and what you're getting is pretty good for the most part. It just irritates me how Icon just literally has to just copy everything. Just make your own stuff. Build your own brand. So there you go. There's some of the information on it. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I know a lot of people out there that use Icon and really enjoy them, and I'm not knocking them. I think they do make some good quality tools, and the ones that are priced decent are good deals. But there is also a large selection of Icon tools that are not worth the money. But yeah, that's just something that really grinds my gears. And then here, these aren't really new. Well, I mean, I guess they're relatively new within the last year or so. They're 6-ton heavy-duty ratcheting jack stands for $75, down from $80. It says it's a giant liquidation, making room for new items. I don't know why they would be going about making room for new items with items that are like a year old. Maybe they're not selling so well since their incident with their old ones. I don't know. But what are they going to replace them with? I guess we'll find out. And then I had no idea that Harbor Freight switched out their engine stand. When I saw this, I actually went on and searched their engine stands, and they no longer have them. They've literally just replaced the engine stand with this. I want to say I paid something like $65 for mine a few years ago. It does look like they've beefed up this portion back here. It was just like a triangle piece of metal welded in. Now they have some tubing here to maybe reinforce it, and they've stuck some stickers on it. Looks like they've upgraded it in very minimal ways, but now is almost double the price, if I remember correctly. I want to say I paid something like $60. If you guys have the engine stand, please let me know what you guys picked yours up for before they discontinued it and now I guess released this one, because they no longer have the other one as an option. So there they have a new 1,000-pound capacity engine stand for $100. And that is it as far as new Harbor Freight tools. I know we've went over the ultrasonic parts cleaner and all of these hydraulic jacks. So that's it as far as the new tools from Harbor Freight. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Keep in mind I have a couple links down in the description. You can check out the tools and tools continued link. I have a bunch of other tools from Amazon that I suggest. If you guys want to check that out, it's there for you. But other than that, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time.